Okay, so you are on Annie. You said that you messed up this game. You done goofed, you said, so let's see how you done goof. Your team's really AP heavy. That might be a problem in the future. Good, you're stacking up. Well done. I like your build. You started with the right items.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Typically, I like to go for like mildly aggressive play. Oh my god, this is a fucking 51-minute game. Okay. Typically, I like to go for like mildly aggressive plays on Annie at level 1. So if I were you, I mean, you've got Nudier, Draven, a Lux. Like, your level 1's pretty good. Their level 1's not too bad. Probably equally as good as yours. But, and your Cho'Gath, like, you guys probably could have made something happen. I know it's solo queue, but if you could say, like, hey, follow me, friends, let's all destroy the enemy. You know, go for a little cheeky invade, see if you can win the game at level 1. Their Sona bought a ward, which is awful. Probably shouldn't have got that CS. See, this is the problem with picking Annie and starting with your W. You don't have any lane presence until you hit level 2. I get that it saves you mana because you get your stun essentially for free. But you get bullied if you're not careful. So now you've hit 2. If I were you, you've healed up. You should be looking to make a play here because you've got Draven, like the strongest early game AD carry. You're Annie, really bursty. And they've got Sona Jinx, which Sona's going to be really high sustain and poke, so you don't want to let her get a chance to get strong. Or give her a chance to poke you down like she did. You only burned 1 health potion, I think? Yeah, you only burned 1 health potion, so it's not a huge deal. But, you know, you don't want to give Sona the upper hand. I think that was probably the worst time, or not the worst, but like that was a bad opportunity to use your stun because they just hit level 3, their waves pushing. You couldn't really do anything off of it. It was a really defensive stun. You're probably gonna die here unless you get Draven heal or you flash. Okay. Yeah, you needed the Draven heal too. Yeah, that was bad. That was just, you were being over aggressive, with really no lane presence. Like, Annie with just QW doesn't have enough pressure to scare off a Jinx Sona, because Sona's got sustain with the heal and really good poke with the Q. Like, she wants to be in a little one-on-one trade with the other support. That's where she thrives. And the Jinx was cool with just farming until Sona got you low enough. They played it really well. They sort of let you feel comfortable with like losing trades, and then like what I mean is they didn't punish you on the trades. Like, Sona would do damage, like a couple hundred damage, 200 damage. You'd lose a trade, you'd back off, you'd sustain up a little bit, come back in another 150, 200 damage trade. They kept happening, and all you were doing was throwing autos because you wanted to hold your stun. You wanted to have that lane pressure. But the problem was, you were losing health. Sona wasn't really losing health because she's got her heal, and you weren't applying any pressure. You were holding your stun and not using it. That's why you got first blooded, I think. I know you died. I don't remember if you got first blooded or not. Yeah, you got first blooded. Okay. At this point, Jinx is obviously going to be stronger. You do have a Draven, so I mean this game, this lane definitely isn't lost. Uh, if Draven juggles Axe as well, gets his passive stacked up, and then gets one kill, like he pretty much gets first blood gold. Especially since he didn't die there, that was really good. He didn't lose the few passive stacks he had. He's got 56, which isn't huge, but you know he wants to cash that in. Okay, now that you've got, yeah, that's good. I was gonna say, now that you've got your E, and you can sort of charge your stun for free in lane, you should be a lot more aggressive, which you're doing. You're not as conservative with your stun. Draven's dead. Oh, I forgot he had flash. I thought he used it. Still might be dead. Yeah. That was a pretty late TP. Could have saved if it had been sooner, but whatever. He's down here doing his best. Wow, he might actually clean that up. No, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why Lux roamed with like no mana, but regardless, you were being really aggressive, and I think that it was good. I wouldn't have had a problem with that aggression, even though they have a Zac jungle. I mean, the odds of him saying, "Oh, my bot lane's winning, let me come gank," when the one time they're pushed in, just aren't that high. I'd expect him to be at other lanes or farming, but I mean, it was unlucky. You guys got ganked. Not much that you can do. So now, yeah. I don't know. Okay, you have two sacks. I don't know if you charged it on the way to lane, but you definitely should have been. I don't know how much you like Annie, but Sona really is a better support version of Annie. Qs are equally pokey, except Sona can attack more than one target. Instead of extra damage with the W, Sona has a heal, and instead of shielding herself, she has move speed, which I think her W and E are better for support than Annie's. And then her ult is essentially the same thing, obviously not nearly as much damage or the bear running around with you, but I think if you're a fan of Annie, you could definitely play some Sona. See, again, you keep getting caught with this, like, you need to be aggressive, and you're going in for trades, and every time what's happening is the Sona's just hitting you with a Q, and then sustaining back up whatever damage you do. That's the biggest problem with Annie, is that she's a really all-in support, and if you guys are behind, it's really hard to like utilize her in lane unless you have a gank or like, you know, you go all in. That's the only way to optimally use Annie. Why did Draven walk into the flame chompers? Okay. That's a really good flash. Definitely saved your Udyr. Might have even gotten your ADC a kill. Should. Yeah, definitely got him a kill. We'll see if you live. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That shutdown gold plus that 220. He just had a huge boost. Right now, he's still behind. He's down 500 gold. But being down 500 gold when you're losing in CS and you're down 2 kills, that's not bad. So Draven's still very much in this game, and he itemized pretty well. He didn't panic and go for like the crit item, Cloak of Agility or whatever on IE or something. Like, he was smart. He saved up. He didn't panic and buy like 3 wards and a pink like some ADCs do. Again. Okay, you did. You've got 3 stacks. Charging in lane, or charging on your way to lane is really important. If I'm you guys, I'm definitely looking for a fight. Jinx didn't itemize well. She might be ahead in gold, but for some reason she rushed to upgraded boots, and she has a pickaxe and a cloak of agility. Draven does more damage at this point, definitely. I mean, unless she gets a lucky crit. But if Draven juggles his axe as well and uses his W, you guys are ahead at this point, damage wise. Gold wise you're behind, but damage wise Jinx didn't optimize well. So you're 6. Do you have flash? No, you don't have flash. But if I'm you, I'm looking to make a 2-person stun and force the Sona to ult you and not Draven. That's going to be the biggest thing, is if you engage and you're right next to Draven, he's going to get fucked. Because Sona can just ult both of you, and your ult is nullified by Sona's ult. And then they just out-trade you. Holy shit. Counter engage this? Yeah, really well done. Yeah, I don't know what the Sona was thinking. Hopefully Draven gets that. Yes, very nice. 140 gold boost again. That counter engage was brilliant. I don't know what this Sona was doing. She lost her mind. She also rushed the support item. She rushed Frost Queen. Both of them are itemizing really poorly, and in my opinion that's the biggest reason why you guys are able to make a comeback here. I think the thing was that Jinx was just like, okay, I've got 900 gold on my first back pickaxe. That's not awful, right? But then she's like, oh, I've only got, 1200. Well, what can I buy? Berserker Greaves. Or, she's forcing herself to buy because she wants to maintain that lead, which she really shouldn't have. I don't know what this Sona's thinking. Rushing Frost Queen is really bad. At least in my opinion. Like, she doesn't even have a Sightstone. That's very strange. All that being said, though, your Jinx is, or their your Draven is still being outfarmed by Jinx. She's still got more kills. She's probably still got more gold. Yeah, barely. You and the Sona are pretty much even, but on paper, they can probably still take you if they don't do something stupid. Like, I have all the faith in the world that you two can win a fight if you get a good engage, just like that. Like, that poke that you guys put down was insane, right? You chunked Sona for half her health. But the issue is, they did the same to you. You might have been a little low going into that, but they did the same to you, and Sona's healing back up. So you're getting it, your Draven just sort of isn't. You guys need to fight, like, now. Your Draven should win that 1v1 with ease. Wow. Okay, he played that conservatively, that's fine. But like I was saying, it seems like you get the concept of they've got sustain. You guys can't keep trading because trading will lose you the lane against a Sona. Your Draven just doesn't seem to get it. So like whenever you go up for poke, he should be right there with you. That's like a solo queue problem. There's not a whole lot you can do about that except like rushing the distortion or whatever that enchantment is, and just spam flash ulting for engages. Which is obviously like a kind of bad idea, but if you're gonna go Annie and solo queue, you need to go ham. I mean, it's looking good for you guys though. Their Wukong's getting crushed. Your Lux is ahead in kills. She's down in CS, but your Udyr's on par with their Zac. He's getting out farm, but whatever. Really, you guys are going to be the swing lane here. Especially since Draven is your only like really strong AD. Is Udyr going to Bower? Yeah, oh god. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, this game goes late, so it works out, but that's a cheeky idea. Okay, so here, I'm going to guess that the issue is communication. I'm going to back it up. I want to see what kind of pings were done before you went to clear that. Okay, there's a ping up at Baron. Another ping up by Baron. Okay, here's a problem. Sona sees that you're clearing her ward. Sona is going to be especially observant about wards being cleared because, you know, she's the support, she paid for it, she's kind of pissed you're clearing her ward. So, when you go to do this, she's going to react immediately. Jinx, maybe not so much. Jinx is working on CS, but this Sona reacts immediately, and she does a really smart thing. She hard engages on your Draven. She does a ton of burst damage because she's Sona. She shouldn't have backed up at all. She should have walked forward. She probably has Q up. Yeah, she should have walked forward, Q'd again. Definitely would have gotten your Draven. But just like that simple, you going to pink without telling your AD carry almost got him killed. It blew his heal. And I'm not saying it's your fault that he was overextended, but you have to communicate. Damn. Okay, that's really unfortunate. But see, again, this is falling back on that, like, their lane comp is very poke and sustain, and you guys are not, so you have to be hard engaging. It is your job to make the play here, and let's see what happens. Okay, if I were you, here's what I would have done. Okay, hypothetical me playing support Annie right now. Okay, I see that there's 3 casters. This melee is about to die. As soon as this melee dies, I ult, right? You have ult? Yeah. I ult. I hit these 3 casters and Jinx. You stun Jinx. You QW her. Tower's gonna aggro her. You might have been able to kill her. Instead, Jinx gets the free tower. You blew exhaust for nothing. And Jinx gets the passive proc. She can run you down. That just sort of shouldn't have happened. Does this follow? Oh, okay, that's convenient. Learn something new. So I'm just going to take some notes here about what you could do better. That's a grab here. That's good enough. haven't talked about it a whole lot, but I think your itemization is pretty spot on. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I don't like Frostfang on Annie, especially. I know that you get the AP and whatnot, but like the really strong part of support Annie is the engage, right? So you need to be getting that talisman. Let me just make a note of that real quick. And then I'll rewatch this team fight. Okay. Let's get back a little more. 17. Looks good. Okay. So while you're walking, I'm gonna say, like I said, the Frostfang isn't the best item on Annie in my opinion because her strong suit is her engage. You need to be able to talisman, run in there, drop tibbers, get that 5-man stun, you know, ideally. Maybe get a 2-man stun, 3-man stun if that's all you can get. But that is your job. Your job isn't to burst people, it's to CC people, and that's a problem that I feel like a lot of support Annies have, is they want to do damage because they think, Annie's really good at burst. I can play her support, I can burn people down, and it's like a win-win because the CC and the damage. To some extent that's right. Like if you have an all AD team, going support Annie and building AP isn't a bad idea because your team needs that damage. But right now you've got 3 AP damage dealers on your team, including yourself, and they just do not need you to do damage. They need you to do CC. They need you to do engages. You are the team's engage, right? Like you don't want Udyr running in and like slapping people in the face in bear stance. That's not a reliable engage. You don't really want to have to count on like a Cho'Gath pick with a rupture. Like you are the engage. You need to run in with boots of mobility, distortion, flash on people, 3-man stun. That's your job, and I don't think that Frostfang helps you achieve that. So let's see his team fight. You come in here. Udyr's been chunked. Your Draven is doing a ton of damage onto the wrong target. And then he decides to ult the right target. This is really poor focus by your ADC. You saved him with that ult. Cancelled the auto. But yeah, I don't know what Draven was doing. Had he focused one person, you wouldn't have had to You wouldn't have had this close call. Goddamn fucking English. You wouldn't have had this close call with like the Jinx almost getting away and then the Sona almost bursting you down, I think. Oh yeah, you get that stun. You can't die here. Boom, slap. Oh, Zach. Okay, you might die. Yeah. No, don't die. Yes, you do. Okay. Had Draven focused properly, you wouldn't have had that issue, but whatever. There wasn't much you could have done there. I think that focusing Jinx was definitely the right call, but you should follow your ADC. So even though you're focusing the right target, your ADC is focusing a different target, and your ADC is the majority of your damage. So you need to follow him up, essentially. I mean, it worked out until it became like a 5v5 bot, but in the future, even if your ADC targets the wrong person, you should probably target with them.
Shut down.
You are getting a Leandries, which I definitely don't like. We'll talk about that tomorrow, because I kind of want to hear your reasoning behind that. But I think it's Leandries. I don't know if Haunted Guys builds it. I don't think it does. it might build into like some support or some obscure support item that I don't get because I'm playing any. Once again, you did what you needed to do to pick up that kill. Okay, it's a little ward war. You make a good pick. Udyr got scared and turned around. That was stupid. You need a trap. Godyear's dead. Turtle stance OP. Oh yeah, definitely could have let Draven have that, but I don't think that you had time to realize that. Okay, so now you're doing the smart thing in my opinion. You're going and getting vision when you see that they've got 2 bot and 1 person's dead. Zach is probably in the area, and it's kind of risky for you to go ward that, but I think you've got boots of mobility. You're probably safe, and if not, you've got exhaust. So I think that that's definitely what you needed, because had you not done that, and your team continued pushing, then it would have been a double kill for sure. So a little risky play, but you kind of did what you had to do there. Okay, let's talk about this vision. This ward isn't optimally placed. This one, I suppose it's fine. And this one, definitely not the optimal spot. So you've got options with what you want to get with your vision, right? For this ward, for example, it looks like you want to get red and down here a little bit. I don't know if that's what you wanted, but that's what you got. And even with that being what you got, you didn't get the best view of it. So this ward should either be like right here on the very edge so that you can get a better view out into the river, or like here or somewhere along the edge here, so that you can get a good view down here. It depends on where this ward goes though. Like if you want a good view over here and you put it here, then this one can get on the tip right here to get vision of this. So I get that you're like rushing and you don't have time to stop and do wards like that, but a thing that I do is like I don't smart cast my, or I do smart cast my wards, but I'll just, you know, click on the sight stone and place it exactly where I want. If the indicator's green, I believe it's in the bush, and blue means it's out of the bush, so you can get it right on the edge. Pretty sure it's green's in the bush, blue's not, but you know, that's something that you can figure out. So use path intelligently here. Had you walked out there, you definitely would have died. Which is obvious since Cassiopeia was there. I didn't see Cassiopeia, so that's really good burst damage down on that Jinx. Wow, your Lux is strong. Okay, so your Draven's winning in CS. He's still behind in gold. Your Lux is just smashing the Cassiopeia. What should be happening right now is your tower's gone. You need to ping your Draven to just sit down here. You want to tell him just freeze the lane bot, farm it up until he gets another item. I don't know what he's building. Regardless, you need to communicate to your Draven that you don't need him, right? Because if he's sitting bot and farming, or if he's pushing, if you want him to push, you need to ward for him. If you want him to farm, you can just let him farm. And if you, Lux, Cho'Gath, and Udyr are grouped mid, they're not going to be able to push on you guys. And if Lux gets a nice binding like she just did, you guys can get kills. Like, see, look at this chain CC that you guys have. You don't need Draven here. You're just sort of cutting down on your gold income as a team. And I know that this isn't like specifically support stuff, but as the support, you need to sort of captain your team because you're not worried about CSing or anything like that. Like you should be the one looking at the map most of your team. I mean, everyone needs to look at the map a lot, but like you've got the most free time, right? You're not farming, you're not like poking people as much. Like your job is vision and figuring out what the next move is. That's what I do in solo queue at least. So you need to let this Draven know that the best spot for him is bot lane. Your top wave's pushing. You guys really should be sieging with 4 mid. It's not terrible having your Draven here because, you know, having the AD for siege isn't bad. But he could be farming bot. You guys don't need him. Like, you guys can win this fight without him, in my opinion. If your Udyr's here, for some reason he's clearing wraiths. Just, if you're ever jungling and a fight starts in mid lane and you're in the middle of a camp, just leave the camp. Like, it's not that big of a deal to finish the camp. You can come back and do it later. You're not going to be farming the camp on cooldown. Don't let your team die because you want to get like 20 gold from Raptors. But again, that was a really nice pick from your Lux. She's carrying this team. Okay, so Lux gets engaged on, you stun up Zag. That's not what you want to do, okay? It works out this time because your Draven gets a crit. Hopefully he pops the passive. No? Okay, he runs back for his axe. Whatever. But that's not what you wanted to do. I'll show you what you wanted to do. So you know Jinx is really low, Sona's really low, she doesn't have mana, she can't sustain Jinx. Cassiopeia is full health, full mana. She's a threat. They're really not threats. Zack's not a threat, right? Your Lux was full health. That's a really big point. Okay, so Zack jumps on, W's, Q's. His burst is gone. He's gotten her to half health. There's not really much else he can do. What you could have done here is turned up. You have your ult. You could have blown up this Jinx alone. And you would have punished her for stepping up. She ends up dying anyways. But had you done that immediately, it would have been a lot safer for your Lux. And the Zac probably would have died. Well, the Zac should have died. I don't know why Zac didn't die. Like, you focusing Zac obviously didn't save his life. But, I don't know. For some reason your team shit the bed. Your Draven just did an auto. And your... Yeah, okay. No, I was right. The Zac would have died because the Lux was here, Jinx was here, Zac's here. Lux bound the Jinx because she was afraid of Jinx following up, so had you turned, blown up Jinx, then she would have been free to bind the Zac. That's why. And that would have been a big shutdown. You guys needed to kill Zac. That's really smart. I like that you were sitting in this bush. I don't know why you guys didn't make the pick, but whatever. You guys are fine. You've got vision. You know that help's coming, but they were too far to do anything. So you played that really well. You got damage off so that when help got there, he couldn't fight. Cho'Gath's fine, he's big as fuck. You charge your stun. You don't have help coming. Besides the Draven, he's too far away. The best that you can hope for right now is you ult the Sona in your Cho'Gath Feaster. Okay, you didn't even need to ult. Okay. I'd say that that's not exactly the ult that you wanted. And I'm gonna guess that you didn't mean to ult just the Wukong or Zac. It was a frontline, I don't remember which. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that your goal with this ult wasn't to. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Wukong. I'm gonna guess that you weren't trying to just hit Wukong. It looked like you were maybe going for Cassiopeia, Wukong, and Jinx, which is a bit ambitious. I think it would have been better to go for Cassiopeia and Wukong, probably, because your team would have been able to follow up on that a little bit better than Jinx. Your Lux is here, your Lux could have chained to CC, or chained to Q, QE, she probably would be dead. But, I think either you just missed your ult, like you just panic ulted, or you're trying to be a little bit ambitious with it. Either way, that's not a huge problem, like whatever. Oh, that was a mistake. That's unfortunate. Okay.
Red team has slain the dragon.
What's popping off here? They're jumping on you. Okay, you're full health, you've got your stun, you've got your ult. You stun Jinx. Jinx should be dead. Lux should have led with Q. Oh, it's on cooldown. Okay. Yeah, not much else you could have done there. You had already used your stun on Jinx. Okay, this is your time right now. I don't think you should have ulted the front line. Again, like your job as Annie isn't to be AP, and if you're using your ult for CC on the back line, I don't think that it's or on the front line, I don't think it's as efficient as it would be if you could get in on the back line. Obviously, because you shouldn't be building a ton of AP, and if you want to do any damage, it should be to the back line. Especially considering your build, since you've gone AP, you should be targeting squishies. If you flash in and die, it's not a big deal. Yeah, exactly like that. Again, we really need to talk about your build. I don't know what you're going for right now, but it's not good. You haven't finished anything. Is it a Luden's Echo? Yeah, you're going for the Ludens. Okay, so Luden's Echo is probably the only AP item that I would allow on Annie, just because the AoE is really good with Tibbers. At least like rushed, I mean. So yeah, okay, Ludens. So I think that I don't play much Annie, but I believe that Zanya's is a better first item. Definitely better than the Andre's. And the reason for that is the armor is really good in lane. And since you are support, you don't have a ton of gold, so like Seekers is broken up pretty well, and that's the main core item that you want to get for the laning phase, and it's pretty cheap. So I think that if you want to go an aggressive like AP item first, it should be Zanya's. Leandry, or with the Seeker's Arm Guard first. And again, I don't like the Frostfang. You haven't completed it yet, so there's still a chance that you sell it and get Talisman, but I doubt that because I don't think Frostfang is better than what is it, like Nomads something or other. And if it is, it's not by much, so it wouldn't be worth buying it to sell it. Now you said that you really mess up this game. I'm kind of waiting on that. I don't know if you've been doing timers, but that's really important. You need to get timers of summoner spells, Summoner Flash. It's going to be up at like 35 minutes, 35, 15, maybe somewhere in that range. And especially on Sona, it's important to know, like, with her Flash Engage being down, you know that you can be more aggressive. You got Alacrity, which I don't think is the right enchantment to get on Annie. Typically I suggest Alacrity, like everybody likes to get Home Guards because, well, you gotta run out of base quickly. But Alacrity's not bad. I definitely would advise Alacrity on Janna, Nami, like anyone that's squishy and needs the movement speed even if their mobilities aren't procced. Oh my god. Yeah, that was maybe a little too ham. She's dead, but students. Okay. Yeah, I don't think flash ulting onto a Cassiopeia with no follow-up was the best idea. And that's exactly my point though, with like, you're building AP and you can't 100-0 their AP carry. So that should sort of say something about how that build is just not necessary, right? You've got the Frost Queen, I think is what it's called, the Queen, it's something Frost Queen or something. Yeah, I never built this. Frost Queen's Claim, you've got that fully built, you've got Luden's Echo, you've got the Leandries, which I don't think is a good item on Annie at all. I don't know, I'm not sure. But you've got all these 3 AP items, and really, I'll give you 3 conventional support items with the boots, the Sightstone, and the Frost Queens, even though there aren't very many supports, if any, that actually get the Frost Queens, in my opinion. But you've got all that AP, and you still can't 100-0 a carry. It's just not worth getting. Because, like, you might be thinking now, like, oh, well, you know, I can, like, 100 to 30 them. You know, they drop to 30% health. That's really good because then somebody can follow up and get the kill. And to that, I say they can follow up and get the kill if you get them to 60% health or 50% health. Like, that extra 20 or 30% damage that you're doing, or even if it's really significant, say your full combo only drops them to like 75% health, I think that you're still going to need follow-up to kill either way, and if you engage properly with support build, you won't need to worry about bursting people. And you're going to need follow-up either way, so... Okay. You got this ward on Baron, you know that they're doing it. You don't have flash up, but you do have Tibbers, and you do have your stun up. I'm anticipating you and Cho'Gath chaining some CC here, unless you just get picked and blown up. Not much you can do about that, because actually there's a lot you can do about it. It's pinked. Did you just drop that pink? Okay, I suppose, no, yeah, a lot you could have done about that. You shouldn't have been that close. You should have let Cho'Gath engage. You don't have Flash. Uh, and Flash Tibbers is like the way that Annie engages. The God? No, okay. Consume. Did he go in without Consume? Yeah, he went in without Consume. That was stupid. I'm sorry to like keep nagging about the build, but I feel like the reason that you're building AP is you want to like carry and solo queue with the Annie, even though you're support or whatever. Um, Maybe you main Annie, I don't remember, but regardless, if you're trying to be impactful and like carry, and you think that AP is the best way to do it, uh, I suggest that you get a talisman and a righteous glory. Um, a lot of people say like, oh, that's overkill, you don't need them both. They don't play Annie. What you do is you get your stun charged up, righteous glory, talisman, run in, their backline's dead, right? You drop Tibbers on them, they're probably all clumped up because you got on them that quickly. Um, you can all, at least two, maybe three, maybe five people, and get a big stun, huge engage. That's how you carry teams with Annie. Not this like, oh, I'm gonna build Loon Zeka and Frost Queen and Leandries and hope that I can like DPS somebody down. In my opinion. This is a time where Mikhail's would have been really nice. Oops. I'll back that up, because I don't think he should have died there, from what I saw. Okay. You're full health. Draven's full health. Draven's gonna die from the Cassiopeia ult, if I recall correctly. I do. Cho'Gath's pretty much dead. Lux is fine. You're fine. This tower's not fine. You guys should be so gone right now. You W'd for some reason. Yeah, there's no reason that you die here. Unless you... Yeah, do that. Okay. I'll give you that one. I would 100% give you that. That was a really nice engage. Unfortunately, your Lux missed the Cassiopeia, which was like the big target, but hit Jinx and Jinx Flash, so again, a really important summoner spell at time. Oh, I'm sorry. Hit Cassiopeia and Cassiopeia flashed. Missed Jinx. That's the target you wanted to hit. She missed the Jinx. But regardless, summoner spells are definitely something that you need to time. I don't know if you do or not. You'll have to let me know and remind me every time you sign up for a lesson. Don't talk about timing summoner spells. I do it. Leave me alone. I'm not stupid. You've told me a dozen times already. I listened. Because I have a tendency of bringing it up every time I see something fun. Okay, another problem. I'm sorry, I keep ragging on your build, but another problem with your build path is you just don't have anything to buy, right? Like, you've sort of locked yourself in on this, I'm going AP, and you either sell something or you get Leandries or presumably a Zanya's. I'm not sure which you're going for. Zanya's would be something like 1850 or 1750 or 1950, something like that. Leandries, I don't know how much that is, probably like 1350 or 1550 at this point. Um, so you're stuck with a full inventory, and the only thing that you can do is stay stagnant until you get that, right? You're not scaling, you're not building anything, you're not getting out pink wards. Like, you are stuck with this build that you have for two reasons. One, you're building really expensive AP items on a champion that does, or on a role that doesn't farm, and two, you uh, decided to go for this like split build where you got the haunting guys first and then got everything else after that, and you got that needlessly large rod, and now you don't have a finished Leandries and you don't have a finished Zanya's is what I'm guessing you're going for. Which puts you in a really sticky situation where you have to get a lot of gold before you can progress in this build. So you were itemizing well early, and then it sort of fell off when you started to go full AP and didn't get farmed because you were support. Oh, this is a very long video. Okay, see right now, you're chasing these guys down, you want these kills desperately. Talisman, Righteous Glory, not a difficult chase, right? But instead you've got the AP, at the very least you can Frostprince claim this guy, but that'll happen when you chase a Cassiopeia, I suppose. At least Frostprince. Yeah. So it was a mixture of like possibly over chasing and not having the right tools to chase. So how did that start? Okay, your Cho'Gath kind of got picked, but your Lux turned it around. I'm assuming 100-0'd that Jinx. Okay, Jinx had to blow a flash again. You know what I'm gonna say. Time that. Okay, here your ult needs to be dropped. Good. Probably could have got both of them. Whatever. Cleansed. That's a summoner. Okay, now is the point where you hit your Talisman, you hit your Righteous Glory, and you got him. Also, you've got your Frost Queen, which isn't what I would build, but you've got your Frost Queen's Claim. You might as well pop that, right? The longer you wait, the further they're getting away because you've got Mobies and you're in combat. They don't have Mobies. They're in combat. It doesn't matter. So that's a pretty big incentive right there. This team fight would have gone completely differently had you guys caught the Cassiopeia when she was running away. And their backline didn't get that much space to kite your Udyr and Cho'Gath. Wow, that's a ton of damage coming out from Draven. You get blown up. They honestly might be able to win this because they're both stupid strong. I don't know if I'd run into it. They might be able to win. I mean, Wukong's backdooring you guys right now, so they need to not win, but...
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay.
Has been destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, so you're sort of sitting mid. You don't really know what to do. If you don't know what to do, just go drop wards. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Well done. Sweep stuff. Ward stuff. Actually, we are at 44 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to go back and see how long you've been stuck at this current build. Okay, so at some point you buy
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
the nuclear drug. Okay, so for 6.5 minutes so far, you've been stuck at the same like power level You've been stuck with
Red
the same
team has
items.
slain the dragon.
It lasted 7 minutes. 7 minutes you were stuck at the same spot because of your itemization. 7 minutes where you didn't get stronger. 7 minutes where you weren't getting more useful for your team. Damn it. Okay, you're chasing down the Sona here, which definitely isn't the right call. Cassiopeia and Wukong are just shitting on your team right now. Draven died, and you're still chasing the Sona. I mean, you're gonna get the Sona, so I suppose that's good, but... Oh, I really want you guys to push. 4 of them are dead. You can end this game. Please push. You can end this game. Oh, you guys didn't get Baron. Oh, I thought you got Baron, and that's where you're backing. That's what I get for going super fast. See, you've had this for so long, and I don't know why, but, like, you upgraded your Sightstone, which is typically the last thing that people do, just because you've got nothing else to build. Like, I can tell that you're thinking, I need to be stronger, I need to get more power, and you just can't do it. That's a really terrifically bad Sona ult, and you're doing really well to zone off their back line. Unlucky that she has QSS. Cassiopeia solo ulted you and missed. If your Lux had hit that snare, like, that team fight was won. But she missed the snare, Cassiopeia lived, Jinx lived. I think you did the right thing there. You died with Sonya's though, which should never happen. You use your Frost Queens, which you haven't been doing, so that's good. Your Lux is probably dead. Okay, you guys got 2 kills. And the Wukong's going for your base. I'm not terribly worried about the rest of your team. I want to see what you do. And you said that you done goofed. I'm guessing this is when you done goof. I mean, this game hasn't been terrific, but I don't know. You haven't been doing horrible. This is where you goof. You back on a ward. Nope, not where you goof. Oh, did they just backdoor you? No. Okay. No, they just backdoor you. That sucks. That's the worst ending ever. You guys shouldn't have been out of your base with an inhib down, but whatever. Okay, so just a little recap. The main problems there. You need to be more assertive with engages. I think that in laning phase at least, I think that you guys sort of went even or lost that laning phase because that's not the right in-game screen. You guys like went even or sort of lost the laning phase because you were a little bit too hesitant to engage. I think that your Draven, there was that time where your Draven died because their team was a lot pokier, or their comp was a lot pokier than yours in the bot lane, and you left Draven to go clear pink without communicating that, and he died. Unless you wrote it in chat, which, I mean, you don't need to, you should just be pinging. Your itemization really killed you personally. You got locked in with, like, items that were half built. Uh, you know, there was a 7 minutes where you couldn't build anything. I don't know if you were going for Leandries. Actually, I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else that builds out of a Haunting Guise. There must be, right? Like, there's no way that there's one thing that builds from a Haunting Guise. Nope, just the Leandries. Okay, yeah, I don't know why you were going for that. but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm sure you've got a reason. And then this is like a small problem, but your boot enchantment, you had Alacrity, which is good on most champions, but I believe it's Distortion is the one that, um, yeah, Distortion lowers flash cooldown, or yeah, it reduces the cooldown by 20%, and you get move speed post flash. So it's really good for engaging. A lot of Annies build it. Um, I think that would have been pretty impactful. So I mentioned that I didn't like your build. What I would have preferred you get, as I mentioned before, was like Talisman. If you want to be really aggressive, you can get a Righteous Glory also. Um, you could have got a Magi's. That's not a bad item. You need CDR. You needed a Mikhail's for sure. Um, and other like just normal supporty stuff, you could have even gotten Twin Shadows. Like I think Twin Shadows is pretty good with the new Mastery update. You can use it to be really safe with warding. If you find yourself dying a lot when you're warding, going for like aggressive wards and you die a lot, get a Twin Shadows. It's not really meta right now, but if the spooky ghosts go out and then they come back with the mastery, I don't know what it's called. Let me check. Intelligence, is that right? Yeah, if you have the intelligence maxed out, it gives you 20% cooldown reduction on activated items, um, which is super huge. If the spooky ghosts come back, it's literally a 7-second cooldown, so you can use it to ward really aggressively, and you know where they are and if it's safe to go forward. So I think spooky ghost, talisman, righteous glory, Mikhail's, Moby's with distortion, and then like a frozen heart or um, even a Randuin's, a locket, like whatever sort of tanky support item you would have wanted there would have been good. Um, Maybe a Luden's if you really wanted it, but I don't think that it's super strong. But I think that's about it for the video. We can talk about more in your hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload this now.